not really walking forward purposefully, now is, and they're off. Afadil handed a pretty good lead there as they step away for this BetMGM County Handicap Hurdle. Gifted 6 or 7 lengths Afadil from, in second place, Zenta, jumping the first median and ranker on the inside in a red cap. A red cap 2 aboard JP McManus's Silks is Petit Tonnerre. King of Kingsfield on the far side, and then Mr. Freedom. Favour is next in the field, probably about 7th or 8th, alongside So Scottish. And then behind these, Pied Piper with Risk Bell, Westport Cove, and then By Your Side. And then towards the rear of the field is L'Eau Du Sud and Magical Zoe, Bialystok, Samui, and Absurde is just about the back marker as they make their way towards flight number 2. So Afadil leads the way. Afadil still with a clear lead, reduced a little by about 4 or 5 lengths now. Afadil from median Naranka over on the far side, and Zenta they're disputing second. Petit Tonnerre next, and then follows Mr. Freedom. King of Kingsfield on the inside as they jump the second, followed by Favour, and then Risk Bell, followed by So Scottish and Westport Cove racing together. L'Eau Du Sud is next with Pied Piper. Then By Your Side, Magical Zoe, Bialystok, Samui, Absurde is still the back marker. Heading towards the back straight, and Afadil's advantage whittled away a little bit more now. It's about 1.5 lengths, 2 lengths, and it's a fairly steady pace for a county hurdle. Median and ranker in second place. Third is Zenta on the outside, Petit Tonnerre, and then behind these is Mr. Freedom from King of Kingsfield and Favour, and So Scottish on the inside in a white cap. Next is Risk Bell from L'Eau Du Sud, and out wide then is Magical Zoe as they clear the next, and Media Aranka made a bit of a meal of that and didn't do Petit Tonnerre too many favours on landing. As they continue on towards the next flight, By Your Side is the back marker. Afadil puts in a good jump, a big jump there, from going second centre on the outside of Media Naranka, then Petit Tonnerre, and then Mr. Freedom, Favour and Risk Bell. And then towards the outside, the grey L'Eau Du Sud as they jump that one. Westport Cove, King of Kingsfield, followed by Pied Piper, and then So Scottish. Absurde still one of the back markers as they head now round the left-hander going up the hill. By Your Side out the back with Samui, and Bialystok is caught out wide in the pink jacket. On towards the next, 3 out, and it's Afadil from Media Naranka in second place. Zenta disputing third with Petit Tonnerre. Then Mr. Freedom. L'Eau Du Sud is getting closer on the outside as they jump this one, and they're followed then by Mr. Freedom, and behind those Risk Bell and King of Kingsfield and Favour, and then Magical Zoe on the outside of Westport Cove, followed by Pied Piper, and back in the field to Bialystok and Absurde. Still Afadil now at the top of the hill. Afadil leading the way as they race on towards the final 2 flights, a long way from the finish. Media Naranka is in second. Then in third is Zenta, Petit Tonnerre, Mr. Freedom. L'Eau Du Sud looking very threatening indeed under Harry Skelton. Then on the outside, Magical Zoe from Westport Cove, chased by King of Kingsfield, the maroon and white jacket on the inside, and Favour also going quite well from Risk Bell as they race on to the second last. Afadil still out in front. Remember, was gifted that lead at the start. Afadil over from Zenta second. Media Naranka on the inside. Behind these, Mr. Freedom, Favour getting into it. L'Eau Du Sud, his stable companion on the outside, and they're followed by Magical Zoe as well, and King of Kingsfield sneaking up the inside. They race on now towards the final flight. Afadil quickening it up from Zenta in second place. Mr. Freedom, L'Eau Du Sud on the right, King of Kingsfield with Media Naranka. By Your Side from the back, Favour coming through as well. Afadil from L'Eau Du Sud, and then Zenta out in the centre with Favour. They're grouping together. Absurde making good progress. The white jacket getting ever closer, the Ebor winner as they race towards the last. L'Eau Du Sud just the first to rise, landed on all fours. Afadil on the near side, then Absurde out in the centre. L'Eau Du Sud from Absurde. Absurde is getting there on the outside of L'Eau Du Sud, head and head, and now Absurde, he asserts the Ebor winner wins the county hurdle. In second, L'Eau Du Sud, who was worn down in the last 50 yards. Tight for third, Magical Zoe and Pied Piper, followed home by Favor and Zenta, and behind those Afadil, the long-time leader.
102 winners so far at the Cheltenham Festival, and Willie said it himself after Mashborough won the first of the Triumph Hurdle. This could be a good day, and now Absurde has won the County Hurdle, and a classic new course hurdles ride from Paul Townend. That was exquisite, wasn't it?
He mustn't have 1 ounce of warm blood in his body. He was so cold-blooded the whole way down the hill, wide, delivered. He just missed the last, but everything else went well. He's just some guy to have on your side.
Very much. And this is a horse that's won the Ebor. You took to Melbourne for the Melbourne Cup, ran really creditably. Were you at all worried about the ground here today with the rain?
Totally. That's why I went for Risk Bell. I thought she was the best of my squad here. I'd more or less drawn a line through Absurde.
But I suppose that form with Ballybed and Slade Steel.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering. It was a very slow race, was it, early on? Yeah, and I'd say his speed was just a factor in the end. That he, when push came to shove, he just had the speed. But I thought very slow. I saw where he was early on. I said that's no place to be. And then I looked at the times on the screen. I said 18-second furlongs. This is going to be a sprint. He might have a chance. And typical Paul, wide down the outside. Didn't get into a battle, but he had to find his way through, and then unfortunately missed the last. But one hell of a run, one hell of a ride.
That's pushed him ahead in the Festival Jockey's title as well by 1 ahead of the runner-up, Carrie Skelton.
It'll be hard to beat that as the ride of the week, I think, anyhow, for me. But that he was just fantastic on him.
Might we see Absurde again this season?
Yes, we always go to Punchestown. We'll probably do that. I'll have a chat with Margaret and Andrew Heffernan and the HOS syndicate. There's only one of them here today, so disappointing, but at least he's here, and Andrew Heffernan, grandson, and I want to see, can we get back out to Melbourne if we can, but it might be just harder to qualify this time around.
I was going to ask you whether you might venture on the flat again with him.
Yeah, we definitely will, yeah.
Exciting stuff. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Paul Townend has just won the county on Absurde, and Willie Mullins just said it'd be hard to beat that ride. He thinks it's going to be the ride of the week. It's certainly the archetypal win ride on the new course, I think, over hurdles. You had to be very cool, didn't you?
Yeah, look, the ground was also obviously a huge worry. But he's a brilliant horse, isn't he? To have done what he's done, travel the world, and bad training performance either to pitch him up there in that form.
Yeah, absolutely. Winner of the Ebor, then going to Melbourne, running creditably as well. But you're right, the ground was the issue. In terms of the pace of the race, it looked like a crawl. Did his speed come in as an asset?
Definitely. It was a crawl, and I suppose everyone was aware of that. And it was bunched, and lads weren't getting runs and things. It was messy, probably. They got racing, and my speed was able to pick him up in the end.
Didn't quite get the last stripe. Other than that, it looked A1.
Yeah, he jumped brilliant, and I was worried when I missed the last. Is that going to stop me in this ground? In fairness, and he dug in again.
What's your thoughts on Stormheart from the Triumph?
Disappointed, to be honest. I picked him, so I thought he'd handle the ground and he'd be the one coming home even, and he didn't really. I couldn't really blame the ground even. Overall, just disappointed with him.
And under the Absurde silks, you've got the Reed and Tommy Wrong silks on. Was it difficult to pick that horse of Willie Mullins' runners in the Albert Bartlett?
Difficult, yeah. A lot of thought, but I couldn't leave him behind. Grade 1 winner in Nace. Had a bit of class to win a maiden over 2, so I hope he'll behave himself and do things right, and he should. He seems to be that attitude, yeah.
Okay, well, very best of luck and congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.